guys, May here, and today I am doing a super exciting video. I am doing my updated K-pop collection for 2018. This has been a super highly requested video from you guys. So yes, I'm just doing this little intro because every time I do a collection video or any sort of video of my collection, I feel like I need to address some things before we get into the video. First of all, this is part one. I asked you guys on my Instagram story if you wanted to see Ultimates and the rest of my groups in the same video, and a lot of you said you wanted two videos, so that's good because that won't make this video 800 years long. It's still probably pretty long. This is only my Ultimates, so Super Junior, Infinite, Monsta X, After School, and APINK are in this video. The rest of my groups will be in a different video, which I will upload after this video, but Ultimates always come first in my book, so yes. I have been collecting for about 7, 8 years. I've been collecting for a long time, so I don't want comments to be like, oh my gosh, you're super rich. Like, this was a long journey to get this collection. And for Ultimates, I do tend to go a little crazy, but yeah. And also, especially for Infinite, I want to say this is just like my CDs. It doesn't really include merch and season greetings and all that stuff. So if you want me to do individual, like more thorough collection videos where I talk more about each album, let me know because I've been thinking about doing that for a little bit. What else did I want to say in this intro? I don't remember. I go through all these albums pretty quickly. I've actually already filmed the collection portion of this video. I'm filming this intro afterwards, but I did my Ultimates last when I filmed, so I was running out of space on my memory card and my computer was running out of space where I was like uploading footage, so I didn't have a lot of space. So I talked really quickly. I just kind of showed certain things, so if you have any questions about any individual albums, go ahead and leave those questions in the comment section down below and I will be sure to get back to you and answer any questions about, especially for like certain Japanese things and different types of things and limited things and out of press things. Feel free to leave your questions in the comment section down below. Don't say that I'm rich in the comment section down below. I'm not. I've been very focused on this collection for a long time. Yeah, if you want to see how I store these albums, I recently did a reorganization video, so I'll go ahead and link that up above right now if you want to see how I store all my albums. Yeah, I can't think of anything else to say, so let's just go ahead and get into my collection. Okay, so the first Ultimate we're going to go through are my youngest Ultimates, Monsta X. So for Monsta X, we'll start with their Korean discography, their debut mini album, Trespass. Then I have their second mini album, Rush, the secret version and also the normal version. And I also have two other copies. This one is signed by OT7 and this one is signed by Just Wonho. First part of the Clan, the Lost and Found version. And I have the Clan part 2, the Guilty and Innocent versions. Are you in frame? Be in frame. Their first full-length album, Beautiful, the Clan part 2.5, Beautiful. So I have the Beautiful version, Brilliant version, and the Beside version. I think we need to make another stack. I also have the repackage of that, which is Shine Forever. So I have the Shine Forever version, and I also have the complete X-Clan version. After the Clan ended, we went to the next series Monsta X did, the Code. So I have Decode and Protocol Terminal. The Connect, all 4 versions of that. So I have version 1, version 2, version 3, and version 4, because apparently after the Code, Starship got way too lazy to think of actual names. Finally, for Korean releases, we have their most recent Korean release, Are You There, their second full-length album. So I have all 4 versions of that as well. This is version 1, version 2, version 3, and version 4. I feel like Starship had some budget cuts and fired whoever was in charge of making up names for Monsta X's album versions. Next, we have Monsta X's Japanese discography, which isn't large compared to the rest of the groups I'm about to show you, but it's still a pretty decent size. First, we have their first Japanese single, which is Hero. So this is the CD DVD music video DVD version. Version B, which is the live DVD version. And then this is the normal edition. Second Japanese single is Beautiful. I do have version B, which is ginormous. And I also have the normal edition. I don't have the DVD version. Then we have their third Japanese single, which is Spotlight, which I'm also missing the version A for, but I have version B with Wano's random random cover, and I also have the normal edition. And then for Peace, version A, the CD DVD version, this is their first Japanese album. This is version B. It has like individual member interviews on it. And then I have the normal edition as well. And then for their newest Japanese single, Livin' It Up, I have all 3 versions. So I'm missing 2 DVDs, but I have version A, version B with Wano's cover, and the normal edition. So that's my entire Monsta X discography. I don't have anything extra, any DVDs or any photo books or anything for them. So yeah, I have a feeling though that it's not going to be very long until I do have that kind of stuff, or they do have that kind of stuff. I know they have DVDs, I just haven't purchased it yet. The next ultimate that I have is After School, and normally I would do Monsta X and then APINK whenever I talk about my ultimates, but APINK actually have a larger collection than After School, so we're gonna do After School first. We have the first single album, New Schoolgirl, second single album, third single album, the fourth single album, both the red and the blue subunits, Happy Pilates, which isn't just After School, but yeah, Virgin, Flashback, and I have 2 versions of the 6th maxi single. I have Reina's version, Jiyeon's version. So that's it for After School's Korean discography as a whole. Their Japanese discography next, which also isn't very large, but I'm missing things from it, so that's why. Bang, Diva, Rambling Girls, Lady Luck Dilly Dally, Heaven, the photo book version, and then I also have Reina's Mumo CD plate, and then I have Shush, and also Reina's Mumo CD plate, Dress to Kill. So very lacking in that area of my After School collection. I just never seem to have time to work on it. For Orange Caramel, their first mini album, their second mini album, their first single album, second single album, first full-length album, and then I have their third single album, Catalina, and their fourth single album. So that's it for them. I don't collect their Japanese stuff, but I just don't really care for their Japanese music very much. And then for other things I have for After School, I have Reina's first solo album, and I also have her first digital single, a promo copy of this. So yeah, that's my After School collection. Next, for Ultimates, we have APINK. They have the 3rd largest collection that I own. We have 7 Springs of APINK, their first mini album, Snow Pink, their second mini album. Then we have their last release with Young, their first full-length album, Unane. And then we get into one of the best eras APINK ever had. So we have Secret Garden, Pink Blossom, and Pink Love. You can never beat those 3 mini albums. They have yet to do it for me. Those 3 are just so fantastic. I'm not saying that they're anything after this is bad, because they have some great albums after this, but that is the era that I ulted APINK. So very special to me. Then we have their second album, Pink Memory. Pink Memory kind of counts in that area. Then we have their 3rd full-length album, Pink Revolution. And we have their special album, Dear, Pink Up. Very good album. They have their special single. There's no difference between the versions, but I do own both the green and the white version. And then we have their newest release, their 7th mini album, 1 and 6, which I own both versions of. And then I think before we get into their Japanese stuff, we'll go through Eunji's solo stuff. It's not much compared to the Japanese stuff, so I figured we should just do this. So I have all 3 of her mini albums. It's her first mini album, her second mini album, and her newest release. All very, very good. I wouldn't recommend them if you're not a huge ballad person though. Now, APINK's Japanese discography, I do have a large stack of CD plates over here in jewel cases, but I would say that I am also lacking in the APINK Japanese department. There are a lot of holes I would really like to fill in, so hopefully I can do that soon. I have No 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 with Eunji and Balmi's CD plates, Mr. Chu with Eunji and Balmi's CD plates, Love with Eunji and Balmi's CD plates, Sunday Monday Eunji and Balmy CD plates. Summertime, Eunji and Balmy CD plates. And then I also bought version A. This is when they started doing the version A acrylic stand things. Now I don't collect those anymore, but I do have Balmys for that. I have Bye Bye with Eunji and Balmy. And then I have the single I spent the most money on, Moto Go Go. Oh, we forgot one. Brand New Days. I knew I was missing one. Moto Go Go. This is the version D, like special version, but I have Eunji and Balmy CD plates because they're so pretty. I couldn't say no. And then these are the actual like version C ones that were sold everywhere, but I had to buy the version D ones as well. After that, they were releasing so many singles. I was like, I can't keep buying Eunji and Balmy, so I started just buying Balmy. So I bought Orion with just Balmy CD plate, but they haven't done anything really in Japan since then. I would like to own some of their full-length albums. It's always a bad time when they release them, so that is my entire APINK collection. And now we move on to the absolute monster groups that I collect, Infinite and Super Junior. We're gonna start off as painlessly as possible with Infinite's Korean discography. I feel like that's the most painless way to go about all of these albums. Korean discography. First mini album, First Invasion. Second mini album, Evolution. First single album, In Spirit. First full-length album, Over the Top. First full-length album, Repackaged Paradise. And this was released way later, but I also have the LP version of Paradise. Third mini album, Infinitize. Then we have the fourth mini album, New Challenge. Second single album, Destiny. So we have second full-length album, Season 2. Second full-length album, Repack, Be Back. And once again, I have the LP version, SM's Influence. This was the era that SM was also like doing things with Woollim. For New Challenge, I also have an OT7 signed one that I emotionally purchased when Hoya left the group. Then I have their fifth mini album, Reality. This is the normal edition, but I also do have the limited edition because I am garbage. For the sixth mini album, Infinite Only, I have two normal editions. One has Sungyeol's photo book and one has Wooyeon's photo book. But I also have the limited edition. And then I have their most recent release, their third full-length album, Top Seed. This is the group version. And I also have Wooyeon's version and Sungyeol's version. And that's their Korean discography. Next, we are going to be doing Infinite's Japanese discography, and this is as a group. Their first Japanese single, BTD, that's the CD photo book version. This is the CD DVD version. It's argued which one is A and which one's B, so yes, I have both. And then I have the normal edition version C. For their second Japanese single, Be Mine, I have all three of the versions. This is the Color Pop, the Solid, and the Innocent version. I have two copies of each of these. I don't store them together, but I do have Wooyeon and Sungyeol's cards for all three versions. The Jewel Case Normal Edition. Third Japanese single. This is one of the best things I own. I have She's Back. This is the limited edition. I also have the normal edition. That photo book, that DVD, it's the most beautiful thing in their Japanese discography. Their first full-length Japanese album. I won't open them up, but one has Wooyeon's photo book and one has Sungyeol's photo book. And I also have Myungsu's photo book because I think I bought Wooyeon's separately without an album, and I got Myungsu in my album. And I also have the normal edition. Fourth one, it's their second set of Japanese singles. So we have Last Romeo. So this is version A, the CD DVD version. So pretty. We have version B, the Jewel Case version C. Their next Japanese single was the most expensive one. More expensive than that, yes. It's 24 hours, so I have version A, the group normal edition, and then they also had 7 CD plates, and I bought all 7. So, we have Seungyu, Dongwoo, this is what they look like on the back, all of them, Wooyeon, Sungyeol, Hoya, Myungsu, and Sungjong. And then, their 6th Japanese single, Dilemma, after I spent all that money on For You, only had 2 versions. So we have the CD DVD version, and the normal edition. This is a very underrated Japanese single from Infinite. I don't approve of that. It's very good. Then we had an expensive Japanese album. They're all expensive, but of course, no regrets on any of this. If I say it's expensive, I have no regret. I'm very proud of my very complete Infinite collection. I'm very proud of it. I have the CD DVD version of For You. There's also a CD Blu-ray version. We like to pretend it doesn't exist here. And then I have the normal edition. This also came with 7 membered versions. So I have all 7, naturally. So I have Sungyu, Dongwoo, Uyeon, the one that I bought like when it got released. Hoya, Sungyeol, this is another one that I bought like right when it got released. Like I pre-ordered it because I was like, I gotta have my biases if no one else. And I have Myungsu, which was the hardest one to find, and Sungjang. There's that, but we're not done quite yet. Then we had Best of Infinite, and there were 2 versions of that. This was like a compilation album they released. So this is the CD DVD and CD only. And then they had their 3rd Japanese album, Air, which I have all 3 versions of it. So this is the CD DVD version. This is getting very scary. I'm waiting for it to topple over. The CD photo book version. And we also have the CD only version. And that is their entire Japanese discography. But we're not done yet. We're gonna do subunits and solos, which is currently the fastest growing part of Infinite's discography, because obviously they don't really release music as a group very often anymore. And we're sad about it. But anyways, let's look at subunits and solos. Okay, so we're gonna start off with the subunit that grows the least. Well, yeah, this one grows the least. Infinite F, because they have unofficially disbanded, according to all 3 members. We have the Korean release of the first single album, Azure. We have the Japanese release of the same exact album, Azure. The CD DVD version and the CD photo book version. And then I have 2 of the normal edition. I don't remember how I ended up with 2, but this is what the slipcover looks like, and then this is it without the slipcover. So following along with that, I also have a couple of Myungsu's releases that I feel like would make sense here. So I have his first photo book, L's Bravo Beautiful, and then I also have part 2. This is the Japanese version, which I didn't know existed until it arrived in the mail. The next subunit we'll do is my favorite subunit in K-pop, besides maybe Super Junior D&E, Infinite H. So we had their first mini album, Fly High, second mini album, Fly Again. And then in this, I wanted to include Hoya's first mini album, Shower, his first solo album. The Infinite H were amazing. Hoya's really amazing though, I really like this album, so yeah. Uyeon and his acts. So I have Too Hard, which is him and Key, and I hope they make a comeback soon because I feel like it would make sense. And then I have Uyeon's first solo album, Right, with 2 dots, and then I have his second mini album, Right, with 2 dots, A and B version. And then the largest solo collection I have, solo subunit collection I have is Sungyu. First mini album, Another Me. His second mini album, The Bag That Comes with Another Me, very exciting. And then I have his first full-length album, 10 Stories. This is the limited edition, and this is the normal edition. And then I also have his first live CD, Shine. And Uyeon just had his solo concert. It ended today, so I'm really hoping Uyeon gets a live CD too, because Sungyu's is amazing, even though this packaging is awful. But yeah, those are all my solo and subunits. So that's my entire Infinite collection, minus star cards and things. But I have done a very thorough video on like everything. This is just like a CD DVD collection. Oh wait, we're not done yet. Hold on. We do have DVDs. Their first world tour, One Great Step live CD. I also have their instrumental compilation album, The Origin. And then I have Infinite Effect, their second world tour. It's like a CD/DVD. And then I have their Rally 3 DVD, which was released like right before disbandment, or not disbandment, right before Hoya left the group. But yes, very sad. Okay, we have made it to Super Junior, the giants, the ultimate giants that I own. So let's just get right into it. We're going to start with Korean discography. Super Junior 05, their first album. SM 2006, Snow Dream. This is a Super Junior TVXQ special single, Show Me Your Love. I also have Attack of the Pinup Boys. This doesn't actually have anything on it. It just has CD labels in it, but it's a CD. You, first single album. Second album, Donghan, version A, version B, and version C. Third full-length album, Sorry Sorry, version A, version B, and version C. Fourth full-length album, Bonamana. I have both covers. This is version A, version B, and version C, the repackage. And then this is a illegal version. This was like my first K-pop thing, but it's not legal, so. We have version A, I have Donghae's cover, and I also have Kyun's cover. Then I have version B and the repackage. Sixth full-length album, Sexy Free and Single, version A, version B, and version C. Seventh full-length album, Mamacita, I have version A. This is a misprint version. Version B, and the repackage. This is Donghae's version. Then we had the special album. So we had Devil, and the repackage of that was Magic. They had a long hiatus, and then they came out last year with Play, their 8th full-length album. So I have with Donghae's CD plate, and this is the black suit version. That's version A. Version B is called Pause, and then the repackage version C, Replay. Can't see it. But that's version, that's limited edition, and then the normal edition with Donghae's CD plate again. They released their first mini album, One More Time, so we have the limited edition of that and the normal edition of that, and that is their full group Korean discography. Super Junior also has a bunch of live CDs that are called their Super Show CDs. So I have Super Show 1, Super Show 2, Super Show 3, one of my favorites, Super Show 4, and Super Show 5 and 6 were combined into one release. My Super Junior Japanese full group collection is sad, so we're going to do that next. So I have the Japanese version of Marry You, and then I have Mr. Simple. This is the normal edition. Normal edition of Opera. Actually, that's the Elf version. And then I have Donghae's Puzzle Piece, Blue World. I have the CD only and the CD DVD edition. Devil and Magic. This is the Elf version. No, that's the normal edition. This is the Elf version. And this is the CD DVD version. Sexy Free and Single Japan, which, yes, we went out of order a little bit. I have the limited edition and also the Elf version. Mamacita, I have the limited edition. For Hero, I have the Elf version, and I also have, I can't remember which version this is, but this is a CD, 2 CD, 2 DVD. That's their first Japanese album. And then for On and On, which is their most recent Japanese release until they release One More Time Japan later this year, I have the CD DVD version, CD only version, and the special limited version in a box, which is very nice. The biggest part of Super Junior's collection is the solos and the subunits, so I'm gonna get started on those now. First we have Henry and Chomi. So for Henry, his first mini album, Trap, second mini album, Fantastic, and then we have his first Japanese single, Fantastic, both versions. For Chomi, we have his first mini album, Rewind, and his second mini album, What's Your Number, and then also on the lower end of the spectrum is Roak. He just has his first mini album, The Little Prince. Hopefully now that he's out of the army, he'll have more solo releases. Yesung. So Yesung has his first mini album, Here I Am, and then his second mini album, Spring Falling, has 2 versions. So that's the normal edition and that's the limited edition. And then in Japan, he has 2 singles. So yes, and then he has his second Japanese single, whose name I can never remember, and I always feel really bad about it. But yes, I have 3 versions of that. And then finally we have the king of solos, Mr. Kyuhyun. So we have his first mini album, second mini album, his third mini album, and his first single album, Goodbye for Now, which he released before he went into the military. And then we have his Celebration Japanese single and his One Voice Japanese album. And that's it for solos. So now it's time for subunits. Okay, for subunits, we're starting off with the subunit I have the most stuff from, and that's Super Junior D and E. So starting off with their first Japanese single, Opa Opa, I have all 3 versions of that. Their second Japanese single, I Wanna Dance, I have all 3 versions of this as well. For their first album, Ride Me, I have all 3 versions. Then we have Skeleton, all 3 versions of that. We have Present, 2 versions of that. And then we have Let's Get It On, all the versions of that, plus the bonus DVD. And then their newest Japanese release is Style, so I have all the versions of that, as well as the ELF version. There were ELF versions in there as well, I just didn't point them out, but if you're curious about a different version, let me know and I can tell you. For their Korean releases, they don't have many. We do have their first mini album, The Beat Goes On, and then the special edition of The Beat Goes On. And then their second mini album, About You, I have all 3 versions. So I have Donghae's, this is the Donghae and Eunyak version, and the Eunyak version. I only have 7 minutes of memory left on this camera. Can we finish the collection in that time? Okay, we're going on to Super Junior T. So we have their Korean single Rakugo, and also both versions of the Japanese release. For Super Junior H, we have their Victory Korea single, as well as the Super Junior Happy mini album. Super Junior M and D, it's not really called Super Junior M and D, it's M and D. We have their first mini album and also their second mini album. And then for Super Junior KRY, they have 2 Japanese singles. The first one is called Promise You. The second one is called Join Hands. Very nice. Join Hands has one of my favorite B-sides ever from a Super Junior subunit. Then for Super Junior M, the long forgotten subunit, but I still love them a lot. First album, Me. First mini album, Supergirl. And then we also have the Japanese release of Supergirl. Then we have Perfection and the repackage of Perfection. And then we have the Japanese release of Perfection. And again, the Japanese release of Perfection. And then we have Breakdown and Swing. And is that it? I think that's it. I did it. We did it. Okay, so I'm gonna send you back to Nay, who has more room in her camera, who can do a proper outro for this video. Okay, bye. So that was it for my Ultimates collection. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sure it's super long. Yeah, I filmed it over multiple days, so yeah, by the end I was just exhausted. I hope you enjoyed this video. I probably will try to do these every year, but I think I'm going to do like Ultimates at the beginning of the year and other groups at the end of the year or something, because filming all of this like was just too much to do over 2 days. But yeah, thank you so much for watching. Like I said at the beginning, if you have any questions about any individual albums I talked about, go ahead and leave that in the comment section down below and I can answer any questions. And yeah, thank you so much for watching again. If you want to see what else I have coming, go ahead and look in the description box down below. I write all my new purchases and things I plan on purchasing down there, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Bye!